As a mark of tribute to the unwavering courage and sacrifice of our Indian armed forces, especially in these testing times, I now request everyone to kindly stand up for the national anthem.
गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाये तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
May I please request on stage Mr. Pradeep Goenka, the chairman of Govardhan Group, Dr. Sourabh Khemani, founder and chairman of Cybercorp Limited, along with the stalwarts of JPNR, Mr. Jayesh Gupta, Mr. Neeraj Harodia, and Mr. Roshan Kumar Bajaj, to join us on stage and grace the celebration with their presence.
शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण. हम न सोचे हमें क्या मिला है, हम ये सोचे किया क्या है अर्पण. फूल खुशियों के बांटे सभी को, सबका जीवन ही बन जाए मधुबन. अपनी करुणा का जल तू बहा दे, करते पावन हर एक मन का कोना. हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, इतनी शक्ति हमें देना दाता, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना, मन का विश्वास कमजोर होना. Thank you.
To truly feel the spirit and journey of JPNR, let's take a moment to watch a special video that captures our story, our dreams, and our unstoppable energy. Please turn your attention to the screens.
As a leading CF firm, our vision is to set standards of excellence in the industry, whereby offering quality services and standard procedures. We aspire to be recognized as a national player in the industry, providing solutions which are top-notch and customized to the client need.
JPNR is present across India and boasts of a team size of more than 200 people who are striving to serve their clients to the best of their capabilities.
Of 200 superhumans and in-house integration of technology, we aim to achieve the sky.
So our strength is our employees, our people, and apart from that, the level of services we are offering right now. Apart from that, if we talk for opportunities, so see, India is targeting for to become 5 trillion economy, and we can be in the third world largest economy list. So I think that is a big opportunity. Because India is only experiencing growth. So without finance function, without accounting function, without this entire taxation function, none of the industry and none of the country can grow. So we are very much optimistic, and that is why we are making our services more and more professional, so that everybody can enjoy.
We at JPNR provide a comprehensive range of services in the area of direct taxation, ranging from advanced tax planning, ITR filing, tax planning to opinions and litigation matters, and many more. We provide services like taxation, accounting, auditing, legal, trusteeship, and others, all under one roof.
So for JPNR, fellowship is one of the most important aspect, because since my childhood, what kind of culture I've experienced there, where unless and until you meet with the people, you talk with them, you share your emotions with them, you understand their emotions, there can never be a teamwork. So if you want success in your work, teamwork is very, very important. And when we organize these kind of small events where people are dancing, singing, speaking to them, they are doing drama, so that helps them to make a good team, and that definitely impact our working experience as well.
We pride ourselves on clear communication, timely deliverables, and top-notch quality services. Because at the end of the day, client satisfaction is our topmost priority.
The ability of the firm with a developed in-house team to judge, analyze a particular transaction with a 360-degree view, applying all these laws and regulations together, give a niche and edge to JPNR over other peers providing similar services.
In JPNR, we have been on cloud for quite some time, and we have been using other technological tools, including practice management tools and audit softwares and other analytical tools. Of late, we have started training our people on data analytics tool, including business intelligence like W, Power BI.
To officially set the tone for today's celebration, I would now like to invite a true pillar of JPNR, a visionary leader whose dedication and passion have guided us forward. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Jayesh Gupta to deliver the welcome address.
धन्यवाद। सभी को शुभ प्रातःकाल। जय भोलेनाथ, राम राम। मेरे को 5 मिनट का समय है एंड आई हैव टू इंट्रोड्यूस द टुडेज सेशन। ऊर्जा, काफ़ी लोग यहाँ पर काफ़ी समय से हैं, कुछ लोग नए हैं। ऊर्जा का तीसरा अध्याय, पहला अध्याय हमने चालू किया ये सोचकर कि एक कॉरपोरेट कनेक्शन होगा। दूसरा अध्याय पाथवे टू एक्सीलेंस, एक्सीलेंस का रास्ता क्या होगा। और अब जब हम उस रास्ते पे अग्रसर हो चुके थे तो तीसरा अध्याय हमने सोचा कि एक्सेलेंस एक्सपेक्टेशन, एक्सेलेंस का क्या एक्सपेक्टेशन है और उस एक्सपेक्टेशन को मीट करना, उस रास्ते को निकालना और उस पर चलना, उस पथ पर, ये हमारी सोच है और उससे ये हम तीसरा अध्याय लेके आए हैं। इस तीसरे अध्याय में अगेन फॉर्मेट इज ऑलमोस्ट सेम। कुछ नए विचार, मैं लोग नहीं कहूँगा, कुछ नए विचार जो आपके साथ साझा किए जाएंगे इस मंच से। आप उसको अपने जीवन में उतारिए, उनको समझिए और उसको आगे लेके चलिए। JPNR परिवार 8वीं एनिवर्सरी सेलिब्रेट कर रहा है। 2016 से आज हम 2024-25 में हैं, 8 years, एंड इट हैज़ बीन ऑल्दो क्वाइट सम टाइम, बट लगता है जैसे कल ही मानो चालू किया था। हर साल नए चेहरे आते हैं, कुछ उभरते हैं, कुछ आगे बढ़ जाते हैं और कुछ रियल लाइफ में तारे भी बन चुके हैं। दे आर शाइनिंग स्टार्स whom we are proud of। इस सारे कार्यक्रम का आयोजन सर्वप्रथम मेरे को धन्यवाद देना चाहिए नीरज और रोशन को। मैं तो इन्वॉल्व ही नहीं था, ट्रैवलिंग, एवरीथिंग ऑर्गेनाइज्ड बाय बोथ ऑफ देम एंड इट इज ट्रूली अपलॉडेबल टू बोथ। मैं थैंक यू, धन्यवाद देता हूँ डॉक्टर सौरभ जी खेमानी का, जो उन्होंने अपना कीमती समय निकाल के यहाँ पर आप आए हैं और हम सबको संबोधन करेंगे अपनी एक्सपीरियंस और विचारधारा से। श्री प्रदीप जी गोइंका, जो जिनके साथ हमारे व्यावहारिक और अदर देन व्यावहारिक कमर्शियल रिलेशंस भी हैं, वो भी अपना कीमती समय निकाल के यहाँ आए हैं और मैं उनको भी धन्यवाद देता हूँ उस समय के लिए जो उसमें वो अपनी बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस, बहुत सारी चीज़ें वो शेयर करेंगे। दोनों ही अभी मुझे मालूम चला कि हैव बीन स्कूलमेट्स और बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है कि दोनों एक ही स्कूल के पास आउट हैं, बट अपने अपने विचारधारा से हमको वो बताएंगे कि उन्होंने अभी तक लाइफ में क्या एक्सपीरियंस किया है। ऊर्जा क्या है और हमने इसका नाम ऊर्जा क्यों रखा था। अगर जीवन में ऊर्जा ना हो तो जीवन चलायमान नहीं रहता है, जीवन, पृथ्वी सब रुक जाती है। हम अलग अलग प्रकार से एक दूसरे से ऊर्जा एक्सचेंज करते हैं, शब्दों से, व्यवहार से, भोजन से, बातों से, पढ़ाई से, हर चीज में ऊर्जा है। बिना ऊर्जा के जीवन रुक जाएगा, थम जाएगा। यहाँ आज एकत्रित होने का कारण है कि आज हम यहाँ से अगले 1 साल के लिए क्या ऊर्जा लेके जाएंगे, जीवन में क्या बदलाव लाएंगे और क्या दृष्टिकोण में चेंज करेंगे, बदलाव करेंगे। एक हर सेशन के बाद आपको एक नई चीज समझने को मिलेगी और ये हमारे ऊपर है कि हम इसको कितना ग्रहण करते हैं। मेरा फोन, एक छोटी सी कविता है आपसे शेयर करूंगा, which has been released by Ministry of Youth Affairs. Most of you might not have read or heard this. इस छोटे से इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद I would request, कौन है next one? So I would request the MC to take over from here with this small introduction. धन्यवाद।
Every great journey deserves to be celebrated, and today we take a moment to reflect on ours. I would now like to invite Rashi Kumari, our article trainee, to present the key highlights and the milestone of JPNR's inspiring journey so far.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to share a few words about JPNR's new setup in IFC Gift City. Every milestone reflects our journey of excellence and growth. This year has been especially significant for JPNR. On 7th October 2024, we proudly expanded our footprint by launching a new setup in Gift City IFSC, Gujarat, and India's premier financial hub. This bold move strengthens JPNR presence and position as the first mover in this dynamic space. Our new setup offers comprehensive end-to-end services from legal compliances for new establishment to day-to-day operational support. We provide secretarial, auditing, accounting, bookkeeping, taxation and management consultancy services. Our IFSC services are still evolving and we are committed to support and serving our client. This marks a new chapter in JPNR commitments to deliver excellence. Thank you.
Today, to truly appreciate the journey and achievements of our esteemed speaker, I would now like to invite Archie Bhagat to present the profile of Dr. Sourabh Khemani, founder and chairman of Cybercorp Limited.
Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure to welcome Dr. Sourabh Khemani this morning. Dr. Sourabh Khemani is an industrialist, entrepreneur, prolific inventor, and an honorary advisor to the Department of MSME and T, Government of West Bengal, and also a former member of think tank group to the Ambassador of Republic of Colombia. He hails from the reputed Khemani family, who have the distinction of importing India's first automatic plastic injection molding machine in 1937, which led to the mass production of plastic products in India. Dr. Khemani is the founder, chairman, and CEO of Cybercorp Limited. He is well-versed in IPR laws and procedures, and as an inventor, he holds 2 patents in his name on recycling of plastics. He is also a mentor to the Center of Excellence IoT with NASSCOM, where he mentors more than 20 startups. He was awarded the prestigious Global Achievers Award in 2020. Dr. Khemani's passion and dedication is evident in his work, and we are honored to have him share his thoughts this morning. Thank you.
Continuing the celebration of excellence, I now invite Shubh Singhania to present the profile of Mr. Pradeep Goenka, Chairman of Govardhan Group, a leader whose journey truly inspires.
It's my honor to introduce Mr. Pradeep Goenka ji. Mr. Pradeep Goenka ji is the chairman of the Govardhan Group. Under his leadership, the group has earned a strong reputation for excellence built on integrity and deep-rooted values. What makes him truly inspiring is his commitment towards business. As an active member of the Chinmaya mission and a leader of the Bhagavad Gita, he beautifully combines spiritual wisdom with modern leadership, showing us that true success is as much about inner growth as it is about professional achievements. Let's give a huge big warm welcome to him, and we look forward to gain from his insights and experiences. Thank you.
Now, as a token of our deep respect and gratitude, we would like to felicitate our esteemed guest with a plant symbolizing growth, a memento symbolizing memories, and an uttoryo symbolizing honor. I now request Ramnath Roy sir, Alan Lawrence sir, and Neeti Gupta to kindly come forward for the felicitation. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Neeraj Arodia sir, a driving force behind JPNR, to share a few words about our firm's journey, vision and the path ahead.
मुझे लगता है जितनी ऊर्जा चाहिए उतनी ऊर्जा है नहीं यहाँ। हमारे जितने भी स्पीकर्स आए हैं, जब उन्होंने पूछा कि कितने लोग रहेंगे तो हमने कहा था 150 लोग, वो भी 150 लोग 20 साल के, तो ऊर्जा 1000 लोगों के बराबर की होनी चाहिए। I am very much honored for this opportunity. First of all, let me welcome Shri Pradeep Goenka ji, Shri Sourabh Khemani ji. आप दोनों ही हमारे मैं केवल जो एक्सपीरियंस रहा है पास्ट में उसके बेसिस पे कह सकता हूँ कि आप हमारे मेंटर हैं, और whenever JPNR need your suggestion, JPNR need your mentoring, you always be there. मेरे पार्टनर, मेरे गुरु जयेश सर, मेरे बड़े भाई रोशन भैया, तो जय सर ने ऑलरेडी हम लोगों को भी बताया कि विथ व्हाट पर्पस एंड विजन वी स्टार्टेड दिस इवेंट ऊर्जा। अगर आप भारत के अर्थ को समझेंगे तब आप जानेंगे कि भारत के अर्थ में भी ऊर्जा घुसा हुआ है। भारत का अर्थ होता है, उसको दो में ब्रेक करते हैं जब हम, तो भा मतलब सूर्य, भास्कर। अब देखिए जितने भी रोशनी की बात हम करते हैं तो वो कहीं ना कहीं भा से अटैच्ड रहता है, और रत मतलब खोज, हम खोज करते हैं। तो भारत जो है वो ऑलवेज एक सूर्य की रोशनी, एक ऊर्जा की खोज में निरंतर चलायमान है, और इसीलिए भारत इस तरीके से ग्रो कर रहा है। तो जब भारत ग्रो करता है और जब JPNR और JPNR में बैठे हुए हम लोग ग्रोथ के लिए सोचते हैं, तो क्या हम अलग अलग हैं? भारत किन से मिलके बनता है? भारत उस परिवार में एक बच्चे जिसका परिवार है, वो परिवार एक सोसाइटी, वो सोसाइटी एक डिस्ट्रिक्ट, वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट एक स्टेट, और जब वो स्टेट एक कंट्री में कन्वर्ट होता है तब भारत बनता है। तो कहीं ना कहीं भारत अगर आज समृद्ध होगा तो उस समृद्ध भारत में हमारा भी एक छोटा सा कंट्रीब्यूशन है। वो कंट्रीब्यूशन बिल्कुल इसी तरीके से है, जब भगवान राम को श्रीलंका में रावण के विरुद्ध युद्ध करना था और समुद्र पार करने की ज़रूरत थी, तो उस समय जिस पुल का निर्माण किया गया, उस पुल के निर्माण में एक गिलहरी भी अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन कर रही थी। तो किसी ने उस गिलहरी को पूछा कि गिलहरी तुम क्यों इसमें लगी हुई, यहाँ तो इतनी बड़ी वानर सेना लगी हुई है काम करने में, तुम्हें ज़रूरत क्या है? तो उस गिलहरी का जो उत्तर था वो बड़ा ही सुंदर और हम लोगों के सीखने के लिए भी है। तो गिलहरी ने कहा कि भगवान राम जब इतना बड़ा काम कर रहे हैं, उस काम में अगर मैंने अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं दिया तो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे ये लगेगा कि इतने बड़े काम में मैंने कुछ भी नहीं किया। ठीक इसी प्रकार से when India is going to become third largest economy with targeting to 5 trillion economy, इस पूरे प्रोसेस में under this organization JPNR, what our role is, that we need to understand, and to make them that understand, we organize these kind of sessions. आज ये पूरे दिन का सेशंस है, 12 स्पीकर्स हैं. We read profile of each one of them. Our next session will be with one of the biggest entrepreneur of Kolkata's, Ritesh bhai आए हुए हैं Delhi से all the way. He has traveled. A big round of applause for him in this toughest situation what India is facing. In the morning when I got up, the first thing I did, I called him just to check कि whether he is in flight or not. First मैंने Google में check किया कि flight उड़ रहा है कि नहीं उड़ रहा है. तो जैसे ही मैंने देखा फ्लाइट उड़ रहा, मैंने आपको फोन लगाया. My colleague in school, my school friend Nishant, working with BCG, managing director and partner, he'll be there with us in second half. Our honorable chairman of EIRC, Vishnu Tulsianji, he will be there, and then galaxy of CFOs will be there in last part. ये जितने भी लोग आज आ रहे हैं, ये किन के लिए आ रहे हैं, ये किन में उस ऊर्जा को इग्नाइट करने के लिए आ रहे हैं, ये हमें सोचना है दोस्तों. मेरा आज आपसे एक रिक्वेस्ट है, यू ऑल हैव गॉट सम रोल टू प्ले इन दिस प्रोग्राम. एवरीवन हैज गॉट. सर, वी हैव इंश्योर्ड कि आउट ऑफ आवर टीम मैक्सिमम पीपल टुडे कम ऑन स्टेज एंड दे डू सम रोल, दैट वी हैव इंश्योर्ड. लेकिन कई बार क्या होता है, हम अपने रोल में इतना परेशान हो जाते हैं कि हम चलने वाले कार्यक्रम का आनंद नहीं लेते हैं. तो माई हम्बल सबमिशन टू ईच वन ऑफ यू कि आप यहां आके कैसा करते हैं, इससे ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है आप यहां से सीख के क्या जाते हैं. तो आज हमें यहां से मैक्सिमम बेनिफिट उठाना है. मुझे पता है कि सबसे टफेस्ट काम है सुनना, लेकिन दोस्तों अगर हम कुछ बड़ा प्लान करते हैं, जब हम कुछ बड़ा सोचते हैं, तो मुझे लगता है कि सुनना एक बहुत बड़ा ड्यूटी है, एक बहुत बड़ी कला है जिसे हमें अपनानी पड़ेगी. रिसेंटली आई वॉज अटेंडिंग अ सेशन ऑफ सोनू शर्मा. तो वहां पर उन्होंने एक शब्द यूज किया जिससे मैं बहुत प्रभावित हुआ. इनफैक्ट प्रायर टू दैट सेशन आई वॉज नॉट ऑल्सो अवेयर अबाउट दैट वर्ड. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन चेंज एंड ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन? चेंज, मेरी ये टी शर्ट खराब हो गई, मैं चेंज करके आ गया. मेरा मोबाइल खराब हो गया, मैं चेंज करके आ गया. क्या टी शर्ट कभी ट्रांसफॉर्म हो सकता है? हाँ, हो सकता है. मैं भी ऊपर से नीचे एक विदेशी कपड़े में हूं, और अभी जिस शुद्धता के साथ जय सर ने हिंदी में आज बात की, मेरा भी कॉन्फिडेंस बढ़ गया. तो कल हो सकता है कि अगली ऊर्जा में हम कुर्ता धोती अपने भारतीय वेशभूषा में आ जाएं, तो वो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन है. तो सोनू शर्मा ने एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल दिया कि दूध से दही बनता है, दूध से घी बनता है. वैल्यू किसकी अधिक है, दूध की कि घी की? कैटरपिलर से बटरफ्लाई बनता है. आप कैटरपिलर को अपने शरीर पे बैठा के सेल्फी खिंचाना पसंद करेंगे, बटरफ्लाई को? आप शुगर से चीनी बनाते हैं, शुगर केन से. वैल्यू शुगर केन की ज्यादा है या चीनी की? तो आपको यह सोचना है कि चेंज और ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में यही फर्क है. चेंज, वापस से आप उस फॉर्मेट में आ जाएंगे, बट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, चीनी से शुगर केन बनेगा, बटरफ्लाई से कैटरपिलर बनेगा, दही से दूध बनेगा, घी से दूध बनेगा? नहीं बनेगा. यही फर्क है ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में. जब हम ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन लाते हैं तो आप बेस्ट पे चले जाते हैं, और फिर आपकी फाइट जो है बेस्ट से और बेस्ट होने की होती है. आप बेस्ट से गुड पे नहीं आते हैं. तो सबसे पहले मेरा तो आज आपको यह सजेशन है कि हमने पहली एक गलती की, हम टाइम से नहीं आए. जो लोग भी 9 बजे के बाद आए हैं, दे मस्ट थिंक कि क्या उनका यह स्वभाव है कि कोई कुछ भी बोलता रहे, मैं अपने हिसाब से ही आऊंगा, मेरा टाइम सेट है, आप जितना भी कुछ बोले. और जब आप ये करते हैं तो आप ये भी सोचिए कि जब आप एग्जाम रूम में पहुंचेंगे तो क्या आप उस दिन भी यही करने वाले हैं? तो पहला लर्निंग तो हमें आज ये लेना चाहिए कि टाइम. आज हमारे ऑनरेबल गेस्ट, मैंने उनको कमिटमेंट दिया था कि सर हम एकदम शार्प 10 o'clock स्टार्ट करेंगे. दे ऑल वेयर हियर एट शार्प 9:45. इनफैक्ट बिफोर दैट. फ्रेंड्स, if we are really looking for some big goal, I think this word transformation need to be adopted in such a way कि वो आप हर सेकंड फील करें. तो मुझे लगता है आज के ये जितने भी सेशंस रहेंगे, ये सेशंस आपको हेल्प करेंगे इस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन को ढूंढने में. नॉलेज इज पावरफुल, हम सभी जानते हैं, सुना है, नॉलेज बहुत पावरफुल होता है. नॉलेज खूब लिया, खूब पढ़ाई की, खूब रटे, खूब दिन रात पढ़े, एग्जाम देने नहीं गए, काम आएगा? knowledge will powerful only and only when it converts into action. जब तक वो एक्शन में कन्वर्ट नहीं होगा उस समय तक आपको उस नॉलेज का भी कोई फायदा मिलने वाला नहीं है. तो आज जितनी भी बातें हम सुनने वाले हैं, प्लीज माइंड इट कि ये फायदा आपको तब करेगा जब आप उसको एक्शन में कन्वर्ट करेंगे. थर्ड टर्म, कमिटमेंट. हाउ कमिटेड वी आर. जय सर ऑलवेज सेज कि लिटिगेशन प्रैक्टिस में कोई टाइम नहीं होता है. व्हाई ही सेज दिस वर्ड, व्हाई ही सेज दिस स्टेटमेंट? क्योंकि कमिटमेंट है. कमिटमेंट किसका है? कमिटमेंट सामने से जो डिपार्टमेंट है उसने आपसे मांग लिया, क्लाइंट ने आप पर रिलाई किया, आपको वो डॉक्यूमेंट्स दिए, डिटेल्स दिए. अब इस कमिटमेंट में फाइट आपकी है. जब तक आप इस कमिटमेंट के ऊपर काम नहीं करेंगे तब तक आप कभी भी क्रेडिबल के लायक नहीं होंगे. और नेक्स्ट वर्ड अटैच होता है इससे, क्रेडिबिलिटी. माय डियर फ्रेंड, आई थिंक द JPNR is getting more and more responsibility by organizing these kind of programs. Whenever I go to Pradeep sir, he always gives some suggestions, constructive suggestions, कि नीरज जी आपको अपने टीम में ऐसा करना चाहिए, ऐसा करना चाहिए. My dear friend, someone gives suggestion when someone has expectation and when someone think that you can do it. तो ये जो पूरा प्रोग्राम है ये केवल एक इवेंट नहीं है, ये एक दिन की मस्ती के लिए नहीं किया गया, ये एक दिन के प्रमोशन के लिए नहीं किया गया है. ये प्रोग्राम आज हमारे भीतर जो एक मेहनत करने वाला कैरेक्टर है उसको बाहर लाने के लिए है. ये प्रोग्राम हमारे इंट्रोस्पेक्शन के लिए है. ये प्रोग्राम हमारी थिंकिंग प्रोसेस को एलिवेट करने के लिए है. ये प्रोग्राम हमारे डायरेक्शन को और स्ट्रांग बनाने के लिए है. और जब इस पूरे दिन भर के 12 स्पीकर से हम सुनेंगे तो मुझे लगता है आज आप बहुत फूड फॉर थॉट्स लेके जाने वाले हैं. एंड आई मस्ट रिक्वेस्ट ईच वन ऑफ यू, प्लीज नोट इट डाउन. आप सभी कालिदास के संप्रदाय से नहीं जो सुन लेंगे और याद हो जाएगा. अगर आप इस पूरे 12 सेशन से, 12 स्पीकर से 12 पॉइंट भी अगर लेके गए तो मुझे लगता है आपके आगे आने वाला जो 40 साल का करियर रहेगा वो बहुत फ्लरिश करेगा. विद दिस आई एम अगेन थैंकफुल टू ऑल माय 12 गेस्ट्स हु हैव टेकन आउट टाइम ऑन आवर रिक्वेस्ट, एंड आई एम ऑलवेज थैंकफुल टू यू ऑल बिकॉज यू ऑल आर ऑल्सो माय फैमिली मेंबर्स, एंड whenever I need your support, you always stand by me, you always given your fullest support. And with this I wish grand success for this today's seminar, and आगे आने वाले समय में whatever we will think, I think we will definitely going to complete that. Thank you very much. धन्यवाद.
Thank you so much, Neeraj sir, for the beautiful words. When we talk about the future, we often think about the power of youth. But what is that truly ignites their potential? Let me share a शायरी that captures the essence of passion and purpose. नई सोच के साथ नए रास्ते बनाए हैं, हर दिल में जुनून, हर आंखों में सपने आए हैं. जब अपना इरादा अपने सपनों से मिलता है तो हर मुश्किल अपने आप आसान सा लगता है. Now to speak on more on this topic and the inspiring journey of the youth, how they can ignite their passion for the nation, I am thrilled to invite Dr. Sourabh Khemani on the stage to take us on a ride of inspiration.
JPNR परिवार के जो मेरे युवा सदस्य हैं उनको मेरा नमन, सुप्रभात, नमस्कार और जय श्री कृष्ण. मेरे को कहा गया है कि आपको प्रोत्साहित करूं, आपको इंस्पायर करूं, तो छोटे छोटे वाक्यों से मैं चेष्टा करूंगा अगले 10-15 मिनट में आपको कुछ साझा करूं, जिससे कि आप अभी से अपने आप को ज़्यादा धनवान महसूस करेंगे. एक छोटी सी वाकया है कि हम जब कोई भी पौधा लगाते हैं, आप लोग सब एक तरह से आर्टिकल्स हैं, आप लोग सब यहाँ पे आए हैं तो एक पौधे की तरह हैं जिसको कि JPNR की सीनियर टीम सींच रही है। तो यहाँ पे जब हम पौधा लगाते हैं तो उसके चारों तरफ क्या करते हैं, उसके चारों तरफ कोई घेरा लगाते हैं जिससे कि कोई बकरी, गाय और कोई उसको कुचल ना दे। धीरे धीरे वो पौधा बड़ा होता है, फिर वो हम घेरा हटा देते हैं, फिर वो एक वृक्ष बन जाता है। फिर उसी बकरी को हम लाके उस पेड़ के बांध देते हैं। तो कहने का मतलब ये है कि अभी आप जिस जीवन काल में हैं, आप एक छोटे पौधे की तरह हैं, लेकिन आगे जाके आप एक बड़े वृक्ष बनेंगे जिसमें फल फूल होंगे और आप पूरे समाज को एक लाभ पहुंचाएंगे। मैं JPNR के त्रिदेव जयेश जी, रोशन और नीरज को बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं कि उन्होंने आज मुझे आमंत्रित किया आपके समक्ष मेरे कुछ थॉट्स को रखने की। Life is such a wild ride and I am just enjoying the cruise. अभी थोड़ी देर पहले नीरज ने आपको बताया था कि हम लोगों को जर्नी भी एंजॉय करनी है, हमको सेमिनार भी एंजॉय करना है, हमको ये वर्कशॉप भी एंजॉय करना है। ये नहीं कि हम अपने आप को अरे जी मेरे को तो ये देने जाना है, बस उसी में लगे रहूं। हरिवंश राय जी बच्चन ने कहा था, जीवन की आपाधापी में कब वक्त मिला कुछ बैठ कभी ये सोच सकूं, जो किया कहा माना उसमें क्या बुरा भला है। तो अब हम लोगों को सिंस हम लोग सारे यहाँ बौद्धिजीव बैठे हैं और चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंसी या चार्टर्ड सेक्रेटरीशिप या कोई भी प्रोफेशनल लाइन जिसमें हम सब जुड़े हुए हैं, यहाँ पे हम लोगों को कुछ समय इसी हिसाब से लगाना चाहिए कि हम इस चीज़ को आगे ले जा सकें। So this particular topic, life is such a wild ride and I'm just enjoying the cruise. It suggests that embracing life's ups and downs with positive attitude. Here are some of the simple thoughts that go behind this principle. Number one is embracing uncertainty. Life is unpredictable and surprises can pop up anytime. Instead of stressing about what's next, focus on enjoying the journey that it can bring and make things more manageable. Finding joy in the moment. Whether it's a beautiful sunset, a good conversation, or a personal achievement, appreciating small moments can add up to a fulfilling life. The third one is resilience. Life's challenges can be tough, but approaching them with a flexible mindset and learning from experiences can help build resilience. ये कहीं म्यूजिक बज रहा है, इसको अगर बंद करवा दें। Personal growth. Each experience, good or bad, offers opportunities for growth and learning. Embracing this mindset makes life journey more enriching. There can be so many, but the last one this time is mindfulness. Being present in the moment and letting go of worries about the past or the future can enhance the enjoyment of life's ride. They say that worry is like a rocking chair that gets you nowhere. You're just rocking in the same place, draining your energy, but neither you have moved an inch forward nor an inch back. You have only lost your URJA, which is the topic of the day. So let's conserve our URJA for better things and not lose it. Worry. What is worry? Worry is meditating on what we don't want. जो हमको नहीं चाहिए, उसका जब हम चिंतन मनन करते हैं, उसको हम worry बोलते हैं. It is the simplest of truths. Life belongs only to the person who lives it. मेरा जीवन आप नहीं जी सकते हैं. आपको अपना खुद का अनुभव, खुद का जीवन जीना पड़ेगा। मैं खाली आपको एक रास्ता दिखा सकता हूँ। No matter what happens in life, be good to people. Being good to people is a wonderful legacy to leave behind. You will get the best opportunities for your career or business while you build your legacy. Every time you are good to people, you are building your legacy. This creates positive and lasting impact. Here are 3 simple examples. You can leave a legacy daily. Engage in service or in support of other people's initiative. Build strong and positive relationships within your family, friends, colleagues, and acquaintances. Show appreciation, offer support during tough times, and celebrate successes together. And the last one, pursue your passion and share your knowledge. This might involve writing a book, starting a blog, starting a podcast. I was very happy when I visited the JPNR office day before yesterday to find that there is a dedicated podcast room there. So that means there is a process, there is a thinking that you would like to give something back to the world. I am passionate about saving people's time and money while they pursue their passions and business goals. I want to see more people get maximum pay and rewards for the good work they do. एक बात तो पक्की है कि आप JPNR परिवार के सदस्य बन गए, भगवान ने आपको यहाँ हमारे साथ जोड़ दिया, तो आप तो आर्थिक रूप से सुरक्षित हो गए हैं। अब आपको अपने आप को भौतिक रूप से और क्या समाज के लिए हम कर पाएंगे उस पर विचार करना है, जिससे कि धीरे धीरे हम एक अच्छे नागरिक बने और इस चीज़ को आगे बढ़ाएं। Treat everyone with kindness, not because they are nice, but because you are. You are nice, so treat everyone with kindness. There are friends in life and there are friends for life. दोनों में बड़ा फर्क है। कुछ लोग आपके साथ आएंगे, जुड़ेंगे, चले जाएंगे, और कुछ आएंगे और आपके साथ जुड़े रहेंगे अंतिम पल तक. You'll never be alone and you'll never walk alone. My circle is small because I'm into quality, not quantity. मेरे को 500, 1000, 10,000 लोगों से नहीं जुड़ना, कुछ लोगों से जुड़ना है जो मेरे विचारधारा, मेरी चीज़ों को अपनाएं. Some relationships are like rented houses. No matter how much you decorate them, they truly do not belong to you. So, this quote highlights the impersonance and detachment that can exist in certain relationships, much like the temporary nature of a rented dwelling. An elderly To succeed in life, you need two things: ignorance and confidence. Why ignorance? They say ignorance is no bliss, but I say ignorance because sometimes it's not good to have too much knowledge because you can't apply it. So we don't have to be only theory, we have to be practical. As Neeraj just said, action is the key point. So if we all need to do action, we need to be ignorant and yet have the confidence to take the process forward. No one lights a lamp properly, yet everyone complains about the wind. हवा आ रही है, दिया ठीक से नहीं जला, ये क्या बात है? हम इसको सुरक्षित नहीं करते हैं. This poetic phrase suggests that people often point fingers at external factors like the wind for their problems rather than taking responsibility for their own actions. You are never ready for what you have to do. You must just do it. That makes you ready. You know, as per the aerodynamic theory, a beetle cannot fly because the wingspan versus the body weight is different. So there was a session where all the scientists gathered around a beetle and they were analyzing कि भाई इसका तो wingspan ऐसा है, इसका तो body weight ऐसा है, ये तो उड़ नहीं सकता. इतने में बीटल उड़ के चला गया. तो लोगों ने पूछा, अरे साहब ये कैसे हुआ? तो किसी ने बोला, यार बीटल को मालूम ही नहीं था, बस वो उड़ के चला गया. इसी तरीके से जीवन में भी हमें कई चीज़ें मालूम नहीं होती और मालूम नहीं होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि ये जो ओवर एनालिसिस लोग करते हैं इसी में ही जीवन चौपट होता है. One should never forget a person who came to you with a torch when things were dark. You should never forget. Always be happy, always be grateful. Deep inside you, there is more strength than you ever knew. आपको मालूम ही नहीं है कि आपके अंदर कितनी शक्ति है. एकाएक आपको लगेगा कि ये कैसे हो गया, मेरे को तो मालूम ही नहीं था, लेकिन भगवान कहीं से आता है, प्रेरित करता है और आपको वो काम करवा देता है. You are a living proof that one can go through hell and back and still choose to be kind. It is the simplest of truths. Life belongs only to the person who lives it. Be stronger than your excuses. We have a simple rule called the 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule. There are 24 hours in a day. So, what is this rule? Distribute your day of 24 hours into 8 plus 8 plus 8 hours to make a good balance sheet of your life. 8 hours of hard work, 8 hours of good sleep, and 8 hours to be spent on the 3 F's, the 3 H's, and the 3 S's. Now, what are the 3 F's? The 3 F's are family, friends, and faith. What are the 3 H's? They are health, hygiene, and hobby. And what are the 3 S's? They are soul, service, and smile. We all know that very recently Warren Buffett retired. Now, there are a couple of things which he said as a legacy which he gave behind. So, Warren Buffett, the world's greatest investor, has retired. Here are 10 timeless principles he has followed consistently during his lifetime. Compound your knowledge. Knowledge works like compound interest. Buffett reads 500 plus pages daily. It's not talent, it is a consistent habit. अगर हम अपने आप को रोज कुछ कुछ पढ़ाई में नहीं लगाएंगे, बाद में आप ज़्यादा समय लगा सकते हैं, तो आप कभी भी आगे नहीं जाएंगे. Feed your brain with quality inputs. Master your circle of competence. Your attention is your asset. So Neeraj just said today, concentrate today. While it is a day of fun and games also towards the evening, but I think during the day, there is a lot you need to take home, because this is a session where you should go back richer than what you came in. Control your temperament. Protect your reputation. Invest, इसके बाद में कई चीज़ें और हैं जो मैं नहीं बोल रहा हूँ, because only 15 minutes are there, so I'm skipping a lot. Invest in yourself first. Practice patient thinking. Design your environment. Chains of habit are too light to be felt until too heavy to break. So don't make a habit. मैं उठ नहीं सकता क्यों? मेरे को तो कॉफ़ी के बिना नींद नहीं खुलती है. इस तरह की आदतें ना लगाएं. Choose quality relationships. Choose your friends, choose your other people whom you interact with, who can be on the same page with you. Calculate the true cost. The price of anything is life exchanged for it. Now the world as I see it. Weak people revenge. Strong people forgive. And intelligent people ignore. You have to overlook things. अगर हर चीज में आप घुसते रहेंगे तो आप अपना काम कब करेंगे? So don't overthink the future. Dare to think big. This is a statement Dhirubhai had told us 40 years ago, or rather maybe 50 years ago. Think big. Keep moving forward. Politics is harder than physics. Embrace simplicity. Education should teach you to think. We all belong to one tree. All religion, arts, science are branches of the same tree. Humanity, when we grow together, recognizes our deep interconnectedness. Stay true to your conscience. What is relativity? Einstein humorously explained, sit with a pretty girl for 2 hours and it feels like 2 minutes. Sit on a hot stove for 2 minutes and it feels like many hours. So it's like whom you are associating with. इसका एक आध्यात्म में हम लोग कहते हैं, एक आदमी कंप्लेन कर रहा था, धूप में चल रहा था, तो बोला रे इतनी तेज धूप है, क्या करें, क्या बात है? तो दूसरे ने कहा भैया हवा भी तो देख लो, हवा भी तो चल रही है. तो आप जिस चीज़ पे अपना दिमाग केंद्रित करेंगे उसी तरफ आप चले जाएंगे. हैव अ बैलेंस्ड व्यू. वर्क हार्ड इन साइलेंस. लेट योर सक्सेस बी द नॉइज. हम लोग बोलते हैं कि लोगों को बिजनेस करना नहीं आता. सो एन ओल्ड लेडी is selling watermelons. Her price list reads 3 watermelons for $10, 1 for $3. A young man stops by and asks to buy 1 more watermelon. So it is $3. He gives it and he buys it. Then the second watermelon he again purchases, gives another 3, buys it. And the third one he gives again and he buys it. Then he asked the lady, Arey, you said 3 for 10 and 1 for 3. Ganit to galat ho gayi. So the old lady smiles and mumbles to herself, people are funny. Every time they buy 3 watermelons instead of 1, yet they keep trying to teach me how to do business. आप 3 गुना बेच सकते हैं. ऐसी आप अपनी स्थिति तो बनाइए कि आपने प्राइस लिस्ट ऐसी बनाई या जीवन में कुछ सोच ऐसी बनाई जहाँ पे आदमी प्रोत्साहित होगा, आकर्षित होगा कि वो आपसे ये ले.
Are you serious? You never let me eat sweets.
It's okay. I'll make an exception this one time. Are you happy now that you have a candy bar?
Yeah. Thanks, Dad. Wait, why did you get the king size and I just got the regular one?
What difference does it make? You still got a candy bar, right? And you said you were happy.
I think there is some problem. So anyway, let me just tell you the story very quickly to save some time. So the father gave a first, he asked, son, do you want a candy bar? He said, yes, Dad. Will you be happy? Of course, Dad. He gave a small candy bar to him. So then he asked his son, are you happy? He says, of course, Dad. Then he took out a bigger candy bar from his pocket. Now the son, looking at that candy bar, was unhappy. Because we feel the grass is greener on the other side. So he became unhappy. So the dad said, but you were happy. I asked you. He said, no, Dad, but I didn't see the other one. So he said, if I gave you that, will you be happy? Of course, Dad, I will be happy. So he took the small one, gave him the bigger one. And then the son again said, are you happy? The father asked. He said, of course, now I am happy. The father took out a bigger bar of chocolate. When he took that out, the son looked at that and he said, but Dad, you did not show me that. What is this? So he said, but you just told me you are happy. So then the dad said, if I gave you this, will you be happy? So the dad gave him that also. And then he placed all the three and he said, now tell me, son, which one do you want? The son picked up the small candy bar and he said, I've understood, Dad. I am happy. तो जीवन में आपको इस तरह की सिचुएशन आएगी जब आपने अपने एम्प्लॉयर से या अपने क्लाइंट से किसी से बात की और आपको पता चला कि भाई मेरे को ये काम इतने रुपए में मिला या इतनी तनख्वाह में मैंने ज्वाइन किया. अब बगल वाले ने क्या किया उससे आपको क्या लेना देना भाई. आपकी और आपके एम्प्लॉयर के साथ में जो नक्की है वही होना चाहिए ना. सो वी शुड लर्न टू बी कंटेंट, वी शुड लर्न टू बी हैप्पी. नहीं तो इस हम लोग रेस में खाली घूमते रहेंगे, कभी कुछ नहीं कर पाएंगे. नॉर्मली मैं एक बात कभी किसी से साझा नहीं करता हूँ, लेकिन सिंस यू आर ऑल यंग माइंड्स, आई वुड लाइक टू शेयर अ पर्टिकुलर एपिसोड दैट हैपेंड इन माई लाइफ. It goes back to 1991. I was not even 30 years old at that time. Manmohan Singh had opened the Indian economy under the Prime Ministership of Narasimha Rao ji. And they introduced something called a value-based license. So in a value-based license, what happens is, earlier there used to be something called a quantity-based license, which is usually the norm. So in the quantity-based license, you export 1 kilo. There is a working wastage that you get. So let's say 5% is the working wastage. So 1.05 you're allowed to import. In a value-based, what did they do? They said 6% of the value you can import. So as our fertile Indian minds started doing, they started over-invoicing. So a 60 paisa ballpoint pen, they invoiced it for 240 rupees. Now, at a 6% level, it was much more than what the cost is for that particular pen. So I went to my Tauji, who was the head of our family, that look, this is a legal loophole and a lot of money can be made. And I had a proposal and a figure and everything ready, and I went and showed it to him. So if we also do it, we can make a lot of money. So he looked at the papers and he put it to the side. And he laughed loudly. So I was a bit confused. ये क्या हो रहा है? फिर उन्होंने कहा कि अच्छा बेटा, एक काम करते हैं, हम लोग अफीम की खेती करते हैं. You know अफीम, opium? It's a drug, a very high-priced drug. So why don't we do अफीम की खेती? मैं तुमको बता दूंगा, पंजाब में खेत मिल रहे हैं, तुमको 100 एकड़ जमीन दिलाता हूँ, अफीम की खेती करो. So my face started going a little red. I was getting a bit irritated by the disconnect which I did not see at that point of time. Then he said, अच्छा, रुको. अफीम भी बेकार है. हम लोग सुपारी का काम करते हैं. So you know what is सुपारी? Contract killing. ठीक है? हम सुपारी का काम करते हैं. 5 सुपारी मैं तुमको अभी दिलवाता हूँ, फोन करता हूँ, 5 सुपारी आपको मिल जाएगा. हाँ, तुम्हें जितना कमाई करना उससे ज़्यादा कमाई 5 में हो जाएगा तुम्हारा. ठीक है? By then I had become very angry. But as a family tradition, you can't say anything because the eldest has said no means no. So I got up, touched his feet, went and sat in my chamber, did not work the whole day because I was so angry. Here's an opportunity. We could have made millions and billions and whatever. And he has said no. After 3 years, we read that Ganpati exports and so and so and so and so, all behind bars because the government had started inquiry. So that day I went again, touched his feet, and I said, ताऊजी, आपने मेरे को लोभ से ऊपर उठा दिया. जीवन में आप लोग लोभ से ऊपर उठिए. Try to come up. Don't get into this process, because it is very clear what is legal is not moral. Today smoking is legal, but it is not moral. तो हम लोगों को भी जीवन में ऐसा कुछ करना चाहिए. I think I have left you with a few thoughts. There are many more which I can always share with you. And it was such a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the insightful and inspiring words. Guys, there must be a lot of questions you all have. Please hold them. We'll be having an open Q&A session after both the speakers have spoken their sessions.
In a world that often feels like it's spinning out of control, the key to success isn't just external, it's internal. Now, I would like to talk about a simple yet a very important idea: finding inner balance in a chaotic world. Life gets busy, work can be stressful, and things don't always go as planned. But staying calm, focused, and connected to ourselves can really help us handle it all in a better way. But how do we stay calm in such a fast-moving world? It's not always easy, but small habits like self-reflection, mindfulness can make a big difference. And to help us explore this idea in a more deep manner, we have someone very special with us today, a person who truly understands the power of inner peace. I am thrilled to invite on stage Mr. Pradeep Goenka to speak about it in a more deep manner. Can we have a huge round of applause for them?
उपस्थित JPNR परिवार को मेरा नमन और जय श्री कृष्ण. Am I audible? People are Today, the topic under discussion is inner peace, happiness. Have you ever thought why everyone wants happiness? See, the sadness and happiness both coexist in this world. Why everybody is running after happiness? Any idea? Human nature. Okay. Anybody else? See, the basic reason. Suffering. Okay. It is the polarity of life. Polarity of life. See, everyone is running after happiness because happiness is our basic nature. We are happiness. That is what our Vedantic Sat Chit Anand. We are that bliss. Now I'll give you indicators to prove how we are happiness. Suppose there is a 4 feet high coil spring and I press it to 1 feet. What will happen? There will be pressure on my hand to go back to its original state of 4 feet. The moment I move my hand from 1 feet to 2 feet, what will happen? The pressure will reduce. The moment I come to 3, it will further reduce and it will come to an equilibrium when I have reached the 4 feet high. So there is a continuous tendency among everything to go back to its original state. Suppose this is a piece of paper. There is a book and I bend it. What will happen? It will try to put pressure on my hand to come back to this original state. You find rivers in the nature. They all rush to meet towards the ocean. Why? Because their origin is ocean. From ocean, the vapors burn, it converts into ice, and then from there it melts and then flows back. And it takes rest only after it has met the ocean. So happiness is our basic nature. That is why everybody is running after happiness and not after sadness. Now, Arthur Sofner, one of the German philosophers, have you heard about his name? Arthur Sofner. He says, it is difficult to find happiness in oneself. but impossible to find it anywhere else. But in this daily world, we find happiness in the outside world. So most of the people will not agree to this statement. Nobody will agree to this statement because what this man is talking, we don't understand. Now I'll give you an example. On a bright moonlight, you all enjoy the moonlight. Where is this moonlight coming from? Does it belong to the moon? Where does it comes from? From? Sun. It is the reflected light of the sun. But if you suppose ask an illiterate person who has not read this astronomy, will he agree that the light coming from the moon is the sunlight? Will anybody agree? No. Similarly, now, since we have not studied our scriptures, we will say what Arthur Sofner is saying, that it is difficult to find happiness in oneself, but impossible to find it anywhere else, is difficult to comprehend. Unless we have gone through a systematic study of what the scriptures are saying, this statement is very difficult to digest. Now, so what is religion? What is the root word of religion? Any idea? Have you heard of the word religare? That has got the Latin origin, religare. To join back. Religare means to join back. So religion is a process which helps you to unite back to its original self, that happiness. It is not a process of spirituals. People have degenerated by lack of proper thinking. Religion means to unite back. You can Google it and find out the root word for religion. So, when it is already inner there, then why we do not experience it? Then your natural question will be that when we interact with the outside world and the happiness that we experience from the outside world, what is that happiness? Is it different from the inner happiness? All of you in our life experiences have experienced happiness. So is that happiness and inner happiness different or same? Different? No. No, it is not different. See, suppose on a cloudy day, the sun gets covered. Is sun there or not? Has it gone? All that you have to do is to remove the cloud to get that happiness, that reflection of the sun. Similarly, see, if happiness was a function of this outside world, then this world should have given happiness to all people at all points of time in equal measure. Our Vedanta says that happiness is not a function of this world. If it had been a function, see the basic characteristic of a thing, can it change? What is the characteristic of sugar? Sweet. It is sweet. Anybody tastes sugar, it will taste sweet, irrespective of the form and irrespective of the person who is consuming it. Similarly, salt. Salt will always taste bitter. Anybody consuming it in any form. So similarly, if happiness was a function of this world would have given happiness to all people at all points of time in equal measure, which is not the case as per our experience. So in a short time, this process cannot be explained, but I'm just throwing this idea so that you people can start thinking. See, thinking is also a process. It is an art. Just like music, dance, it needs proper teaching. Just because I have been thinking for 30 years or 20 years, so I know thinking, that is not the case. Thinking is an art which you need to learn. Just now I told you about the moonlight example. People who have not studied will not agree to this. Similarly, what I am saying, many people may not agree to this. But don't disagree also immediately. Go, explore, think over it. I am just giving some pointers because in such a short time it's not possible to explain in detail everything. I am just trying to give the pointers, food for thought, so that you can think and do some research on your own also. So your next question will be, this process of how the reflection of the outside world is actually inner happiness. So I just now explained to you regarding the sun. See, when you develop a desire for some object, there is an agitation inside the mind to have, if you don't get that. That agitation is the cloud. The moment you remove that, the moment you get that, that cloud is removed, so that inner happiness gets reflected on that object and it appears that that happiness is coming from the object. You got my point? Suppose you want a rasgulla. So till such time you don't get a rasgulla, Your mind is agitated. When will I get? When will I get? The moment you eat the rasgulla, your agitation to have that goes away. That cloud that was covering your inner happiness goes away. And you feel happy. So you feel that happiness is coming from rasgulla. But no, your inner happiness gets reflected on that object, and it appears that it is coming from that object, just like the moonlight, sunlight of moon coming through the moonlight. It is a very detailed subject. We can discuss in detail when we have an opportunity. So your next question will be, if Vedanta or the so-called spirituality is such an important subject, why people don't follow it? So I give you an example. Suppose in one hand I have some chocolates, and in the other hand I keep a bundle of notes and offer to a child. What will the child pick up? Chocolate. What will you pick up? Notes, because you know the value of notes. The child doesn't know the value of notes. He will pick up the chocolates. We at this stage are also spiritual child. We don't know the value of spiritual knowledge. That is why we run after the immediate pleasures of the world and pick up the small, small things. We know if you take the bundle of notes, that child can have chocolates as well as much more, whatever else he wants. So study of spirituality is important to help us and guide us in our pursuit of happiness. Now, we say our life is happy or unhappy depending upon the experiences that we go through in our life. Right or not? If your experiences are happy, you say, I have a happy life. My experiences are sad. You say, my life is sad. Now, what is life? Any idea? Life is a series of experiences, anubhav dhara. The moment you stop experiencing, you are declared dead. Isn't it? So life is a series of experiences. Now in this experience, there are three things. The experiencer, the subject, the experience, the object of the world, and the third is the process of experiencing. So you need to work on all the three to improve your experience. Now in this, I'll come back to these three, how to work upon. I'll come back later first. And in this experience, what are the process? There is receipt of stimuli from the external world. Then there is a processing within your personality, and there is a response. Right now I'm speaking. So my words is the stimuli that is entering your system. Based on what I am speaking, your mind and intellect is processing whether it is good or bad, or whether I like it or don't like it. And based on your processing, you respond. Response is what? You can continue listening, or you can stop listening even while physically being here. So this is the response. So there is a three process. Receipt of stimuli, processing by the personality, and third one is output given. How many types of stimuli can enter your system from the outside world? 5 stimuli only. There are only 5 stimuli. Can anybody now name? There are 5 stimuli that enter our system. Touch, taste, sound, smell. Touch, taste, sound, smell, and which one is left? Sight. Is there any 6th stimuli that can enter your system? No. And the processing is done by whom? Mind and intellect. And output is our response to the world. See, this whole process of receipt of stimuli, processing and output is just like a factory process. In a factory, what happens? Raw materials are taken in, processed by plant and machinery, and finished products are delivered to the customer. Now, for a factory process to be successful, the raw material should be of good quality. If you allow bad quality raw material to go into the production process, it becomes difficult to separate it at the production stage and to filter it. And second is the plant and machinery should be in perfect condition. So our mind and intellect should be in harmony, synchronization, not in opposite directions. And thirdly, the finished products are checked for quality. Only quality acceptable to the customer is sent to the society. And which is not acceptable to the customer is rejected and kept within the factory. So this same principle applies to life if you want to have happy experiences in life. Is this example making some sense? So the raw material should be of good quality. The plant and machinery, that mind and intellect should be in perfect working condition, and our responses should be checked whether it is acceptable to the customer, to the society to whom we are giving. See, a lot of other things are also required in this. See, when we are interacting with the people, we should be able to have, if we do not want to have unpleasant experiences, you should be able to assess the nature of the person or the thing that we are dealing. See, in the assessment, you know tiger. Tiger is a very harmful animal. It will bite on you, jump on you, kill you if you go near. So when you go to the zoo, what do? You see a tiger and you maintain a distance. Do you hate the tiger because of the bad qualities? Do you hate the tiger? What do? You appreciate, wow, what a beautiful tiger. You go to jungle safaris, spend time watching the tiger, but you never go near the tiger. Do you? Because you know the basic nature and you know how to correlate with it. This is possible because all animals have a collective nature. Cat has a different nature, dogs have a different nature, they have a collective nature. So we are able to correlate with them properly. But when it comes to human beings, though physically they seem to be same, but each human being is different based on their different nature. But what do we want? We want all human beings should behave according to my likes, according to my dislikes. This is where the problem arises. See, all of you know that you should get up in the morning and do exercises. But when the morning comes, what happens? What happens? Somebody should respond, don't be silent. You say, aaj nahi karenge, kal karenge, hai na? So who is telling you to do and who is telling you not to do? Your mind is telling you not to do, your intellect is telling you to do. So now you see, your own mind is not under the control of your intellect, but you want your spouse, your colleague, your friends to behave as per your mind. Is it practically possible? So when others are not listening to you, whose fault is it? It is our own fault. So once we understand this, then our agitations will get reduced. I told you in the initial also, happiness is like removing the agitations, different causes of agitation. This way we can have number of causes in our practical life. If we are able to correlate ourselves properly, then we will be able to reduce lot of causes of unhappiness in our life. ठीक है ना? Achha, now, when you have to work upon this, I told you there are three things, subject, object, and the world. So this, regarding the world, you have to understand its nature. The subject, me, who am I? If I ask you, who are you? Tell me, answer. You are a man. That is your species. A person can be animal. If you say, name, so he says Neeraj. So Neeraj is your name. Tomorrow they can affidavit and change his name. It can change. So this is not your true nature. Suppose I say, my mobile. What does it mean? I am the possessor of a mobile. I am not the mobile. Anything which I possess is mine, not me. So when I say my body, what does it mean? I am not the body. When I say my mind, what does it mean? When I say my intellect, what does it mean? Think over. I am not giving you the answer. Think what it is. Anything that is mine, I cannot be that. The possessor and the possessed has to be different. It cannot be same. So when we are interacting with the world, what are the equipments we are using? We are using body, mind, intellect, and there is a fourth thing also. What is that? Soul, spirituality, spirit, whatever you say. What is the role of spirit in our life? You have different, you can call it God, you can call it spirit, whatever name. But what it is its role in your life? God doesn't do anything, he's the most lazy. See, in our Hindu mythology, Vishnu Bhagavan has been shown as lying on Seshnag, Lakshmi ji is pav daba rahi hai, and he sleeps peacefully, he doesn't interfere in the system. See, have you heard people who are students of chemistry don't know the function of a catalyst? What is the function of a catalyst? It helps in the process, but it does not take part in the process, nor does it undergo any change. It does not take part in the process, it does not undergo any change, but the process cannot happen without its presence. That is the function of God. You cannot do anything without God, but God does not take part and it does not undergo any change in the process. It is a catalyst. तेज पत्ता का तो फिर भी गंध जाती है उसमें. But here, as can I continue na? You are finding interesting. Should I continue like this na? It will take some time. So God is like a catalyst. Now you'll say when God is there in everybody, then why each human being is different? So electricity, you know, when electricity is passing through an AC, what does it give? Cool air. When it is passing through a heater, it gives hot air. When it is passing through light, it gives light. So electricity is same in all the equipments. The manifestation of electricity depends upon the equipment through which it is passing. So similarly, a person can be saint or a sinner or a terrorist, but the life-giving force in all the individuals is same like the electricity. The manifestation of that electricity is dependent upon the mind and intellect, the equipment that that person is possessing. The life-giving force is not different in different individuals. This is just food for thought. You can think over. Most of the people may not agree to what I am saying immediately, but don't reject it. Go think, do research, do a systematic study. See, when you do chartered accountancy, you have to do a systematic course. Person doing PhD, they have to do a systematic course. But when it comes to spirituality, you want that fast food solution. Within 10 minutes, I should know what is spirituality. It's not possible. This is also a systematic study which you need to undergo for a continuous long period of time in a dedicated manner to achieve some desired results. So this is the thought that you need to develop on who am I. There is a lot of details, so I will not go into the details right now. Another important thing for happiness is, you see, you get what you give. Physics, what does physics say? Every action has got an equivalent opposite reaction. So whatever you give, you will get back. So don't give to others what you don't want others to give to you. Don't do unto others what others don't want you to do to it. Swami Ramtirth, one of the great saints of the early 20th century, said, the best way to gain anything is to lose it. You give that thing, it will come back to you. Listen, there are no free lunches in this world. You have heard this, no? So whatever you give, you will get back. If you want love, give love. If you want if you give hatred and you want others to love to you, it is impossible. It is against the theory of nature. You get what you give. There are no free lunches. So these are some of the small things which, if we follow, it will help us to remain happy and maintain our inner peace. These rules apply both in business environment, in workplace, as well as home, in all fields. See, truths are truths. They don't change with time, with person, with place, with environment, with circumstances. Truths are truths. They always remain the same. So you get what you give. Now next, another important factor where we miss is proper choices. See, if good things were appearing good in the beginning and bad things were bad, then this problem of choices would not have been there. अगर हर चीज़ हमें शुरू में अच्छी चीज़ अच्छी दिखती और बुरी चीज़ बुरी दिखती, then would there have been the problem of choice? No. So choice is a very important factor in life, how you make the choices. Most of the time, we make choices based on our likes and dislikes, guided by the whims and fancies of the mind. But to be careful, the choices should be made based on intellect. You know the difference between mind and intellect? Anybody? What is the difference? Anybody wants to speak? Can you give the mic? What is the difference between mind and intellect? See, we all possess mind and intellect, and we don't know the difference between mind and intellect.
Everyone has got mind, but whether it is intellect or not, that is a question. Mind is inherent, intellect has to be developed. Yes.
That is, but what is mind? What is intellect? What is the difference between the two? It has to be developed, one is inherent, I understand. But what is the difference? आप लोग सोचो कि इतने साल हम लोग जी लिए, हमारे पास बॉडी है, माइंड एंड इंटेलेक्ट है, सबको पता है, बट वी डोंट नो व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन माइंड एंड इंटेलेक्ट. हाउ विल यू हैंड? सी, व्हेन यू बाय एन इक्विपमेंट इन द मार्केट, यू गेट अ मैनुअल एंड यू स्टडी इट बिफोर यूजिंग इट. You have been given this whole complex structure, and we don't study the manual before using it. That is why we land into accidents. Gita is actually a manual for our life. We don't study the manual. We simply jump into it. अगर आप कोई एयर कंडीशनर या रेफ्रिजरेटर अगर यूज़ करोगे बिना मैनुअल पढ़े कोई कॉम्प्लेक्स स्ट्रक्चर को, व्हाट विल हैपन? शॉर्ट सर्किट होके वो गड़बड़ हो जाएगा. दिस इज व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वी आर डूइंग इन आवर लाइफ. सी, माइंड इज द सीट ऑफ इमोशंस, likes, dislikes, hatred, what I want, what I do not want, what I likes. And buddhi is Intellect is reasoning, judgment, decision making, what I ought to do, what I ought not to do. Huh? Wisdom comes through use of intellect. See, both are thoughts. When the thoughts are of nature of the likes, dislikes, feelings, emotions, then it is called mind. It is not a seat. These are just names given to the nature of the thoughts. And when the thoughts are decisive, intellectual means decision making, when reasoning, judgment, discrimination, what I should do, what I should not do, these kind of thoughts are part of intellect. So the decision should be based on intellect, not based on mind. Means it can be based on mind, but it has to get the sanction of the intellect. See, most of the time, we disregard the intellect, and most of our decisions are based on the intellect, and that is why we land into trouble. There is a famous poem, The Pond, by Jane Taylor. Have any of you read about it? There was a chick who saw some ducks swimming in the pond, so she also developed a desire for swimming. But her mother had warned, don't go, you will. But her desire was so strong that she started reasoning illogically. My beak is pointed, their beaks are round, so why should it be a reason to drown? She could not control, she went in and drowned. So many times we also take decisions based on the pressure of our mind rather than logic and reasoning. We also don't pay heed to our scriptural injunctions. We take decisions, we don't, and we land into trouble. So your decision choices and decision making, even in the Shakespearean play Othello, what happens? Othello, the army general, he was empowered by the emotion of jealousy, hatred. Desdemona, his wife, one of the most noble feminine characters of Shakespeare. Beautiful, virtuous. But Othello, because of his feeling of hatred and because of his overwhelming, he started thinking that his wife is infidel. She is not loyal to him. And that drove him mad. And what was the result? He ultimately landed up into ending his life and Desdemona's life, although Desdemona was one of the most virtuous characters in Shakespeare's play. So if you don't allow your mind to overpower you, you land into wrong decisions and destroy your life. So most of the decisions of your life should be based on. See, another question you will find, bad people are successful, good people suffer. Have you seen many times, good people suffer, bad people? Duryodhan is an example of bad people, successful for a lot of. See, here also, the people can be classified into two categories, aggressive and passive. Aggressive doesn't mean use of power. Aggressive means use of intellect. Passive means use of mind in decision making. Yudhishthir was an example of passive good. Duryodhan was an example of aggressive bad. So if you are passively good, aggressive bad people will win over you. I am not going into the detail, I have just given you an example. So you need to be aggressively good. Can you give an example of aggressive good? Krishna. Krishna was an example of aggressive good. That means you need to use your intellect in decision making. Just because I have been told to be good, I will be good, whatever be its results. That was the aspect how Yudhishthir behaved. That is why they suffered. So you need to be aggressive. Next, see, many times we work with preconceived notions, which again leads into fire. You know, you have heard about George Bernard Shaw? According to me, who is the most intelligent person on this earth? Tailor. Now, can you tell me why? He said, every time I go to a tailor, he takes fresh measurement and doesn't rely on the old ones. What we do, we rely on our old preconceived notions. So we should change and be like Taylor. Our old experience should be taken into consideration, but every time you are taking a decision, assess the situation afresh. That is what George Bernard Shaw says. And you should never take a decision based on partial perception. Have you heard about the 7 blind men and the elephant by what was his name? John Godfrey. 7 blind men and the elephant. Have you heard about this poem? There was an elephant and 7 blind men. They went and touched. The person who touched the tail, he said it is a rope. Who touched the back, he said it is a wall. Who touched he said this is a spear. Person who touched the leg, he said it is a tree. So all of them were right in their own, but all of them were actually wrong. So this is what many times we see the situation or in a partial manner and jump to conclusions or take decision based on that. That will again land you into trouble or will not take you to the right place. Should I continue? ज़्यादा time cross कर जाएगा. हाँ? Running on time, running on. So this way there are so many things about in success. I'll just briefly mention points. I will not go into. Now, is it interesting? Are you finding it interesting? So you see, for success there are 3 important C's: concentration, consistency, and cooperation. You can remember. Then sometimes if we get an opportunity, we will discuss on that. See, cooperation is also a very important thing. He was mentioning about the squirrel. So there is a poem, Mountain and Squirrel, by John Ralph Emerson. What he says is, mountain can carry on its back, it can carry the forest, but it cannot crack the nut. A squirrel can crack the nut. So each person has got its own importance. If you want success in life, you should develop a cooperative endeavor, cooperative environment, and that you have to recognize the importance of each and every individual in that. So this way there can be several, I have touched upon a few of them. It can be, you can have several, this we can continue like this. Now another point which Narendra wanted, how to choose the spiritual path. Which one is most, there are so many things in Hinduism that people get confused that there are so many spiritual paths, how to find out. So one is, you take the help of a guide or a teacher. Spiritual gurus are there. Secondly, each person has got different nature. Somebody mind is more intellect is sometimes more developed, sometimes mind is more developed. So basically 3 paths have been prescribed: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga, if you have heard about it. Have you heard about this? Karma, Bhakti, and Jnana? Yes. So, it is not that Karma, Bhakti, Jnana is only in our Hindu scriptures. Have you read the poem Daffodils by William Wordsworth? Yeah, Daffodils you have read, no? So what does the first stanza of that indicate? It indicates the Karma Yoga. The cloud high over vales and hills. What is the property of the cloud? I'll just give you a trailer. What is the property of the cloud? It gives rain irrespective of the recipient, whether the recipient is good or bad, and it destroys itself in the process. So cloud is a symbol of Nishkam Seva, Karma Yoga. In the second stanza of Daffodils refers to Bhakti Yoga. Third stanza of Daffodils, see where is, I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. So that is contemplation, that is Jnana Yoga. And the fourth stanza where he says, in vacant and pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, that concept of inward eye, which you find only in Hinduism. There are daffodils in the poem Daffodils, William Wordsworth is talking. In vacant and pensive mood, when you have followed Karma, Jnana, and Bhakti, you become vacant of your desires, you become pensive, contemplative, and then it flashes upon that inward eye, and which in the bliss of solitude, then my heart fills with pleasure and dances with the daffodils. You become one with the daffodils. That is the process of self-realization. Those who are exposed to Vedanta, they will be able to understand. First stanza refers to Karma Yoga, second to Bhakti Yoga, third to Jnana Yoga, and fourth is self-realization. So it is not unique to Hinduism alone. Western philosophers have also followed our Hindu philosophy. So you can take the help of a guide and teacher. So you should not think that work environment and home and society are different. All these principles apply universally. You need to have a continuous, dedicated study for a long period of time to actually benefit from this study. This is a very vast subject. Just like any other art or skill, you need to devote time and get into it, then it will be beneficial. I hope I have been helpful. Some people may not have been able to digest it. Don't worry, but don't reject it. That is my request. Do some research, see whether it is useful. The most of the problems in our life is because we have lost our original thinking. Don't accept our masters or teachers or forefathers just because it has been told so many times. God has given you intellect, the thinking power. Each person is different. A universal rule doesn't apply to everybody. Think and see what is useful for me and what applies to me in my life. And based on that, you should take decisions and apply principles in your life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the wonderful insights. It is now my pleasure to invite Mr. Roshan Kumar Bajaj to deliver the word of thanks.
How is the Josh, guys? High लग तो नहीं रहा है यार. How is the Josh? Okay. So अभी हम लोग जिनको सुन रहे थे, so let me tell you
that we were listening to a chartered accountant, and that too a rank holder. But whatever he spoke was none of a chartered accountant's usual talks, right? It was very different. It was towards the spirituality. So first of all, I would like to thank you, the dignitaries on the dais, Sri Sourabh ji Khemani and Sri Pradeep ji Goenka, and the dignitaries of the dais, Ritesh ji, who has come from Delhi, my dear friend, Akhil ji, Vishal ji, Aniruddha ji, Nishant ji. So all these speakers for the next session. I would also like to recognize the presence of our partner Bharat Bhaiya and even Rakhi, Neeraj's wife, and his daughter Khyati. My partners, Jayesh sir, he has been our mentor, our guru, our guide. My partner Neeraj. So even though he is youngest amongst the partners, but in stature he has grown really big. He is growing like anything. Definitely we are there to support him. Pradeep Goenka ji spoke about few things. I'll just like to highlight those. He talked about happiness. Few things I have captured, though he has discussed a lot of things and there's a lot of content that we can gaze, because even Neeraj was saying that ये तो अभी ट्रेलर है, पिक्चर तो अभी बाकी है, right? So what I captured from his discussion, that we are all about happiness. A person's very nature is happiness. Life is all about experiences. Once you stop experiencing, you are dead. One more aspect he covered, you get what you give, right? So this URJA 3.0, again we are back with a bang, right? Bigger, better, stronger. So URJA, what's the basic purpose of this URJA, this particular event? And let me tell you, this is not just an event for us. It's a celebration of our energy, our growth, and our unstoppable spirit of the JPNR family. Why we call it 3.0? It's just like a software, you know. Every software has to be upgraded over time, right? So every year on year, we also need to evolve with time. We have to evolve as better professionals. We have to evolve as better individuals, even in personal capacity. So that evolvement is very important to remain sustainable. We are living in a VUCA world now. We are all aware that this world is highly volatile, highly uncertain, complex, ambiguous. And in this VUCA world, to sustain, we need to upgrade ourselves just like a software, whether it may be technological advancements or any other advancements, right? So we need to upgrade ourselves. URJA 3.0 is all about reigniting our inner potential, building connections, relationships. It's a moment to step back from the deadlines and deliverables and focus on more focus on building relationships rather. It's rightly said that positive energy is not the key. It's not just the key to a success. It's the soul of an organization. And we are fortunate enough that we have people, lot of young people in our organization who oozes energy, enormous energy, which in turn transpire into something which can do wonders. So now, since I have been assigned to extend the vote of thanks to both the dignitaries on the dais, I'll just speak a bit about Pradeep Goenka ji as much as I know him, he is a person who is a firm believer that business has to be built on ethics rather than shortcuts. I have seen him paying taxes on time. I have seen him struggling to basically do the compliances on time. Always he tries to not struggle, rather. He does the compliances before time. He is a perfectionist. I already told that he is a chartered accountant, but now he has trusted the path of spirituality. So few days back only I got an opportunity to understand the meaning of Garuda Puran. So in Garuda Puran, there are a lot of teachings in it, but one of the teachings was there, which I would like to share with you, that आदमी के मरणोपरांत एक इंसान जब मरता है तो अपने साथ सिर्फ दो चीज़ें लेकर के जाता है, एक कर्म और एक धर्म, और इन दोनों से ही इंसान को मोक्ष प्राप्त होता है. जीते जी अगर हम लोग मोक्ष प्राप्त कर लें थ्रू आवर कर्म एंड धर्म, कर्म बीइंग एथिकल इन वॉट एवर वी डू, डूइंग समथिंग फॉर द सोसाइटी, एंड धर्म इज नॉट ऑल अबाउट रिलीजियन, it is beyond that, it is about humanity also. So अगर हम लोग कर्म और धर्म दोनों को अगर जीते जी अगर हम लोग कर पाएँ, उसके ऊपर ध्यान दे पाएँ, तो we can definitely attain मोक्ष while living also. It's not only about कि एक बार मरने के बाद ही मोक्ष की प्राप्ति होगी. So I think he has done lot of study, lot of work towards that, and hopefully, I'm not sure whether he has already attained it or not, but probably he will be able to attend. There is no doubt. Now coming to Dr. Sourabh Khemani ji, I have also interacted with him several times. So I have seen him as a visionary and a leader par excellence, because from plastics to IPR to cyber security, ये तीनों फील्ड जैसे लगते हैं कि highly unrelated hai, but in all these fields he have excelled like a master. So he is highly inspirational, and we are immensely grateful to both the speakers for this session who have graced us by their presence, and looking forward to hear them more in our future endeavors. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Finally, the moment we all have been waiting for, the unveiling of the JPNR Corporate magazine. This magazine is not just a test publication, but a testament to the hard work, creativity, and dedication of everyone involved. To officially inaugurate this milestone, I would like to call all the delegates present on the stage to join us. Also, we have amongst us Mr. Ritesh Agarwal, CFO Hero Motors, Mr. Akhil Agarwal, MD Gajraj Hyundai, Mr. Vishal Atha, MD Atha Group, Mr. Anirudh Modi, MD Eden Group, Mr. Bharat Goyal, partner KASG. Give a huge round of applause for them. The journey of this magazine would not have been possible without the incredible efforts of Nandini Savalka and Rituja Das, who have worked tirelessly to bring this vision to life. Can we please have on stage Nandini Savalka and Rituja Das?